I'm listening you. I'm turning to Santa Fe right here. Is the exit to Santa Fe.
Turn right onto US 285 North, US Highway 285 North.
Okay, I'm listening. 285 North. I heard you. Okay, going Santa Fe.
Continue on US 285 North for 41 miles.
41 miles to Santa Fe. Okay, so what I did is I let it charge with a generator until it started. Oh man, I was so glad it started, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it was a alternator just not working again, or I just left too many lights on for too long and it killed the battery. I didn't want to take a chance, so I figured I'm going to drive to the nearest town and have it checked. Well, to my bad luck on that part is that it was already almost sunset. So I wasn't going to be able to make it to any little town that would check it for me. To check the alternator that is putting out 13 volts. So I figured, well, I went to the Corona, New Mexico, and that was too small of a town, so I just kept going to the next town. I still had daylight. So I went to Vaughn, New Mexico. And on that one, I was able to get the cell phone connection. So I called my wife and told her my situation. She tried to search for a hotel or something of that nature so that I can stay overnight, because where am I going to stay? I didn't have a place to stay. This was kind of like last minute decision to go there for my alternator check. So what happened is I was getting close to Vaughn, but Vaughn didn't have anything that I could do. So I went to the next town. I'll tell you what, I did check that my car would restart. I turned it off at a gas station in Vaughn, New Mexico, and I tested it. I say, my light's already on because it was getting dark, and I run it with my lights on, and it did not die. More than likely, it was not my alternator, but I was going to test it one time, and that's sitting at a gas station, make sure I'm at least in a safe place. I turned it off, turned it back on, and it worked. It worked like a charm. So that means my battery, my alternator was charging my battery. So that was a good thing. My battery was charging by my alternator. So I turned it on several times, it worked. So I figured, okay, so it's not the alternator, now a place to stay. Well, nowhere in Vaughn I could stay that was really all the hotels were full. There was some kind of a repair train companies. Every hotel was full. There was only 3 hotels. So I decided to go to the next town, which is Santa Rosa. In Santa Rosa, my wife was already checking on hotels, but I figured, let me just check to see if there's a Walmart and I can spend the night at a Walmart. Well, the Walmart at that place, at that town, was no longer existent. It used to be a one, but not anymore. So that was out of luck. So we started to look around. I started to look around. My wife kept making suggestions, and she suggested, how about a truck stop? Sometimes they let you stay there. Well, I went to a Pilot gas station, which is also a truck station. I could put gas and shower there and everything. It was like, wow. I drove up and there it is. RVs, about 3 or 4 RVs already parked in the parking lot, saying, hey, this is the place for me to stay for the night. So that's my story, to always prepare in advance. This is my second incident that was close call for me to have to go back to San Antonio, Texas. But it wasn't my alternator after all, so I'm heading on to Santa Fe right now. And we'll see what happens. Oh, by the way, I had a nice breakfast inside the Pilot. They have food and all kinds of gifts and a shower. It was $14 shower. What they do is you pay for it. They give you a receipt, and the receipt it tells you then your customer number / the room you can use. And then in the bottom of that, it's got a code. So I'm waiting for my number to show up. Took all my stuff with me. I took the stuff from the car, went in there inside the Pilot gas station. I'm waiting for my number on the screen. It says 37 is my number. Number 5 is the room. I put in my code, and I showered and cleaned up, brushed my teeth, the whole works. And that's one thing that you can do at places. You always go to a Pilot or your Loves. They have these facilities in case you need them, and you have no forest to stay at. You can always stay at one of those. It's very helpful. All right. I sign off for now. I'll see you in Santa Fe. Santa Fe, 8 miles.
Right onto Old Pecos Trail.
Why am I going to Old Pecos Trail? Don't know, but I'm going to follow it.
Continue on Old Pecos Trail for 1.5 miles.
I just entered Tersuque Reservation. I don't know what that means, but I'll find out. We're in all the little pueblos, which is the Indian reservations. The actual pueblos where they are closed right now, so you can't go into any of those reservations, drive through it or anything like that. I wanted to make clear that 285 North is also 84 North, 84 Highway. So you don't get confused. I don't get confused. We got it together now. We're good. This must be Española. I can't tell. It said welcome something, but it was so small to read. As I'm driving by, it was hard to tell what it was. Crossing the Rio Grande. There you go, the Rio Grande. We're crossing it right now. Rio Grande. Well, we are in the City Española. I just passed the City Hall of City Española. Now we're on our way to the campground. There's Whirlpool Dispersed Camp. We're going up that. Come on, right here. Wow, that looks cool. Look at the cut of that stone there in the mud. It's pretty cool. Look at that. That is neat. $151. Here's where I turn. Right here. Now I'm going into dirt road.
Continue on Forest Road 151 for 6 miles.
For 6 miles. I'm going to be surrounded by this. Woo! Let's see. Lane road without turnouts. Wow, that's pretty bumpy road. I'm sure there's a way to turn around. Like right here, you can make a little turnaround if you had to. And it says Big Eddy Pull Out, Los Ojitos, Rio Chama. I don't know where I'm going. My Lord, everything's shaking in my car. Everything's bouncing around, too many rocks. Look at that other side of the window. But I don't know if I'm already in the Santa Fe National Forest. Here's a third road. Let's see what that takes me. I can go to this one. Because according to my GPS, the dispersed camping that someone reported is much further down the road, the main gravel road. Let me go a little bit further ahead. Somebody already camped right here. But it sure feels hot out here. Kind of like in the desert. Don't know if I'm in the national forest or not. I didn't see any signs. But it does look like dispersed camping around here. The other dispersed camping that I was looking at, the one that's supposed to go to with that reported good place to camp, is close to a river. So I might have backdrops like this with a river. So I got time. I'll go check it out. If it gets dark, I'm staying in the van. I'm not putting out the tent. So we'll see. I want to check out the other campsite. Now I know I was not in the National Forest just a minute ago on that pretty area, because I just entered the National Forest. That's what I was looking for. Where is the National Forest? And I found it. Got some winding to do, some more winding road. We're about to curve to the right and then go into a bunch of winding road. So I will not be staying at the first location that I saw, because that wasn't the national park. So we're on our way now to the national. We're already in the national park. Oh, look at that. Someone already camped out over here to my left. Rapids over there. And I think we're here, because that's where the campsite is. And it actually looks like it's got restrooms. Here's where I'm going to be staying, on top of this hill, looking down at the river, here in the rapids over there. On top of this hill, there's only a little bit left that is not higher than me, and that's right here. Way over there is campgrounds with restrooms. I can always walk over there if I need to. Being on top of the hill leaves you with no shade, that's for sure. All my surroundings, the river, the hills, perfect spot. And what I'm going to do now is set up the canopy, because that's the only shade I'm going to get. It's my canopy right up there. It's kind of windy out here, but I'm going to hopefully just stick it down pretty hard and have some shade. This is one of the most beautiful places I've seen so far. You have the river, you're hearing the rapids, there's just the flowing of the water, and the sunset just about to come down. I'm going to catch that one before it sets. And it's peaceful, beautiful. Again, yesterday was a mess towards the end of it, but it turned out good because I still spent the night somewhere. And a shower late in the morning, so it was good. It was good. Now what I'm going to do is catch the sunset. No light, except whatever I turn on in here. But it's best that we go to sleep. By the way, this place, as beautiful as it is and as nice as it is, the red dirt is going to kill you. This stuff is red clay. It's all over the place. And I tell you what, gets on your shoes, gets on my dog here. I'm going to have to really brush her good to get all that off, sweep her feet and all that, and let her in. But that's all I got to say today. The rest of it, you already seen it as I was arriving and everything. So I got my heat element ready. I need to take this paper away from here. And I need to take this out of there. So that it's all cleared. And it has a lamp ready. This is going to be my heat if it gets too cold. It's supposed to go down to 45 according to the temperature and the weather. So I am ready, and I'll see you tomorrow.